1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. What is up, guitar legends? Sam Wild here. We're looking at Friend Like Me from Aladdin today. I'll be honest with you guys, this is actually quite a tricky song because there's lots of chords. It's very fast. It's only 2.5 minutes long, but there's actually quite a few different sections that kind of just change subtly. So what I've done is I've made a tab. As you can see here, we're going to work through it section by section. I will also show you a more beginner way of playing each section and even the difficult chords. The first section we want to look at is the intro, so the Now the first thing we want to do is learn the chords, right? So D minor, have a look at this, right? If I were you, I would use your pinky on the B string 3rd fret because then it's in place for the B flat 7 chord, all right? But you can use your 3rd finger if you want to. Alright, so we have D minor for 4 beats, then B flat 7 to A7. Now, for B flat 7, if I were you again, I would make sure that you're pushing in the 1st finger with the 2nd finger for extra squeeze. Alright, that really helps, and look at the way my elbow and wrist is positioned, it's kind of inward, just so I can really get a good squeeze on that fret 1 there. And then for A7 we just drag it down and we only need these 2 fingers. Alright, so we have D minor, B flat, A, D minor, dun, dun. Okay, that's the whole intro is using these chords. If you're struggling with B flat 7, you can just play B flat power chord, B flat 5 also known as, alright. So with the power chord it still sounds good. It still sounds good. Alright, let's take a look at the rhythm. I'll start with the more advanced rhythm and then if you're struggling, don't worry, I'll give you a simple version afterwards. But you might as well try the advanced rhythm first. So we're going to have a kind of an imitation of this da 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 ba da ba. We want to get that kind of rhythm within the chord. So you can see it's three times of the same thing, and then right at the end we have dun, dun, dun. Okay, so let's learn this 2-bar phrase. It happens 3 times. So once we got it, we've got it. So for D minor, all right, you're gonna play down, up, slap. Try it with me. Down, up, slap. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, slap. 3, 4. Down, up, slap. For the slap, you just push in the pick through the strings like a downstroke, but your hand's also gonna hit the strings too. Yeah, so we play down, up, slap, 3 and 4, down, up, slap. Now we'll add an up, down, up, slap, up, 3, 4, down, up, slap, up, 3. Play it with me. Down, up, slap, up, 3, 4, down, up, slap, up. We'll add another up, down, up, slap, up, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, slap, up, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, slap, up, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, slap, up, slap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, slap, up, slap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, slap, up, slap. Then as you come up, change chord to B flat 7. So that very last up, you want to be changing, okay? In fact, you can even start changing on the down and on the up. So you have a lot of time to change the B flat 7 because I've put that down up with the crosses. Right, the crosses just means you are strumming, but there's no chord yet. You might be moving. doesn't matter if you accidentally hit an A string or something, that's fine. Try and play this with me. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, step, up, step. Down, up, step, up, step. And so you want to try and get to that B flat 7 or easy version, B flat power chord, whatever you want to do. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, step, up, down. And again, down, up, step, up, down. And again, down, up, step, up, down. And again, down, step, up. Now make sure you add a slap on beat 2 of that bar. You can see the crosses again. We go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, step, up, down, slap. Down, up, step, up, down, slap. 3, 4. Right now, we're gonna have to push that A7, so we do down, slap, up. So it's actually an upstroke for A7. So we go down, slap, up. Alright, bum, bum, bum. And then we add another up. Up, up. Down, up, up. And then you can see 2 more crosses at the end, just so we have time to get back round to D minor to do the whole thing again. So let's practice this really slowly, this sort of speed. And we'll go round and round. Okay, so just try it with me. Come in every other one if you want to, so you don't have to play every time. Just miss one, play one, miss one, play one. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, up, slap, up, slap, slap, down, slap, up, slap, slap, down, up, slap, 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 down, slap, slap, down, slap, Let's work on this ending. Okay, so we do the phrase 3 times, as you can see by the tab here, and then we finish with. So it's all about hearing the pulse here. 1, 2, 3, 4, bum, 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 bum. One thing you notice I do with this is I actually just keep the hand moving so the pulse is still kind of in my arm, right? So I'll go bum, 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 bum. Can you hear that? I'm just keeping the beat in my mind. That really helps to make your timing much better. All right, now we get onto our A section. This is the part that goes, well, Alibaba had them 40 thieves, Jehorazad had 1,000 tales. Well, master, you in luck, cause up your sleeve, you got a brand that never fails. And so on, okay? That part repeats, actually. Now, we have a lot of A7s and D minors. So before we were using our 4th finger, right here, and A7, we were also using our 4th finger, right? So if you want to stay consistent, you can do that, as we did in the intro, but personally, I change for this section. I use my 3rd finger, not my 4th, my 3rd. It's up to you what you do, but I think it's a lot easier to use this finger, because we don't have the B flat 7 yet, so just use your 3rd finger. Now have a look at this rhythm. You can see it's just lots of downstrokes all on the beat, right? We just have down, 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 down. But you can see those little arrows, right, pointing to the right there. All that means is you can accent beats 2 and 4. So I've already mentioned this. So listen to the difference. If I don't accent beat 2 and 4, it sounds a bit strange. It sounds a bit lifeless. When you accent beat 2 and 4, you're replicating the drums. So it sounds like this. You can also bounce the fingers in, jun, 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 if you want to, for extra rhythmic value there. Now to really get this, I tend to do this with my hand. I go right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Just so my brain separates the 2 beats a little bit easier. That's just me. Can you how much better it sounds when you do that. So just practice that a bit slower at first. We do this 3 times, alright? Then we have E7. So the E7, we've not looked at yet. So just have a look at this diagram. It's just 2 fingers. So again, from A7, you just move up, add the first finger to G string first fret. Then we have A augmented 7. Okay, so all you do from your A7 chord, you add E string fret 1 here. Okay. So it might feel a little strange at first, but at least it's just, you're only adding 1 finger. If you want to keep it simple and you're a beginner, don't worry about this down and ups that I've made for E7 and A, or you can just keep it simple. Just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, just 4 in each is fine. If you want to get more advanced, I try and copy the words a little bit. Brand of magic never fails. Brand of magic never fails. Literally on the words. Brand of magic never fails. Okay. So we play down, up, down, up, down, up on the E7. Yeah. So once you've done the down ups, you can bring your hand on the strings to cut it off and then come up on your next chord. Again, work on this slowly like this. Try and relax this hand a little bit. Okay, try not to get too tense and you'll mess up the chord even more. Okay, down, up, touch, up, down, down, down. You can see we have 3 more downs to finish off the bar. So try this section all together with me. Pause the video and practice it first, obviously. We'll try this A section so far. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Well, Alibaba had them 40s. Shahrazad had 1,000 tales. Up your sleeve, you got a brand that never fail. Okay, now you'll notice when I play this, it's more like this. So what am I doing differently that makes it a bit more full? All I'm doing is I'm allowing the kind of, instead of just emphasizing beat 2, I'm even adding in a slap. But I'm not blocking off the strings too much, so I still get something there. Okay, the other thing I'm doing, if you think about it, whenever you do a down, you have to come up again to do another down, don't you? You can see my hand has to move up to come back down again. So you can actually allow the upstrokes to happen. Then you get junka 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 junka. You get some of those ups in there as well if you want to. Emphasize the downstrokes and then the up ones can be a little bit quiet. So you can see this is kind of what I'm doing for most of the song. You're getting some ups in there as an option, but trust me, it's probably best you just keep it simple and just do downstrokes. Add the slap if you want. Alright, now we've covered some extra rhythmic options for the whole song. You can apply those, by the way. Let's just kind of plow through the rest of the song with the chords. So the rest of the A section, we have another repeat of what we just played pretty much. Okay, so this part goes, you got some power in your corner now, some heavy ammunition in your can. But who and how, all you gotta do is rub that lamp. So it starts the same, A7, D minor, but then we have dun 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 dun, and again dun 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 dun. So the D minor is pushed with an upstroke. So we're gonna go A7, down, up, slap, up, down, 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 up, slap, up, Okay, that's what the music does in the song. Okay, so we have power in your corner. Now some heavy ammunition in your camp. In your camp. So you can hear when he sings in your camp, we're copying that. In your camp. So all together this line. 2, 3, 4, D-minor, 2, 3, 4, A. Next line. Again, we're copying the words. All you gotta do is rub that lamp, right? All you gotta do is rub that lamp. And then we don't do anything for 4 beats, okay? Because the music just kind of stops there. All right, so let's try and play this A section together. After 4, we'll do it a bit slower. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Alibaba had them 40 thieves. Jehovah's had 1,000 tales. Oh, master, you good luck with up your sleeve. You got a magic never fails. There's some power in your corner. Now some heavy ammunition in your can. Which has used the house. See, all you gotta do is rub that lamp. And I'll say, Mr. Aladdin, sir, what? Now we go into section B. Alright, we're on to section B here. Again, it's the same thing twice. Okay, so just realize the first part is just like the intro, alright, but easier. So we do D minor, B, A, D minor, B, A. Right, so you kind of already know that part. Don't have to worry about that too much. Just make sure D minor, you just do it downstrokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, B, A, D, B, A. That's all it is. But for A, we've got up, up, down, right? Now the second line, this is where it gets tricky. Okay, for those of you that are gonna get all technical with me and be like, wait, those aren't the actual chords. The actual chords are F, then F with E flat in the bass, B flat with D in the bass, and then C flat major 6. But if you try and play that fast, guess what? It's almost impossible. It's really hard. Okay, that's a big struggle and it's going to take you a long time to learn. So we can replace them with F, then F7, B flat, B flat minor, B flat 7, A, D minor. So the last 2 bars, just like the intro, never had a friend like me. If you want to simplify that little turnaround part, just do each chord once. 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. Bum, 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 bum. Then you have longer to change chord. The more advanced version, we go down, 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 slap, up, up, down. Down, 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 slap, up, up, down. With the lyrics, a 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Mr. Aladdin, sir, what will your pleasure be? Let me take your order, jot it down. You ain't never had a friend like me. Then the next part is almost exactly the same. We still start the same. Life is your restaurant. That part's the only bit that's different. You ain't never had a friend like me. Second line's exactly the same. So let's look at this variation here. I just play power chords to kind of make this a little simpler. So we start on 5th fret with a power chord, right? You can even just do 2 fingers if you want to make it easier. But we finish on B flat 7. You could keep it all power chord. That's fine, that works. I try and get the B flat 7 in there just to give it a bit more color, right? Now we're going 1, 2, bum, bum. So on, off the beat, right? Dun, 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 dun. You can even do 1 finger if you really struggle. Right? Or 2 fingers, or 3 fingers, or add B flat 7 at the end. Okay, there's lots of different levels. You can simplify it until you have 1 note. I'm in the mood to help you. You ain't never had a friend like me. For those of you that want to take your playing to the next level, make sure you sign up to my premium membership website. You'll gain access to all my backing tracks, all of my lessons, and I'll teach you how to improvise, solo, and play advanced chords. Enjoy the rest of your lesson, guys. All right, C section, we can start moving a little quicker now, guys, because there's lots of repetition going on. All right, half of this C section is just the B section anyway. All right, the first half's a little different. So we have, yes sir, we pride ourselves on service. You're the boss, the king, the star. What you will is yours, true dish, about a little more back, little loud. All right, so we have one new chord here. So let's just quickly look at that. We've got G minor. Now you can do this as a bar chord with a thumb. You can do kind of like a G major chord, but make sure you block the A string. Or the way I usually play it is like this. This is a nice G minor chord. It really sounds minory, but we're not having to do a bar chord. Now you'll notice we're just playing one strum per beat. Okay, we don't have to worry about any upstrokes or anything crazy. We're just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, D minor, A7, D minor, B flat 7, then G minor, A7. Use any variation that you like for each chord, all right? Doesn't matter as long as you can get between the chords. The second part of the C section is exactly the same as the B section. Can you see that? It just kind of repeats that. Have some of column A, have all of column B. I'm in the mood to help you, dude. Ain't never had a friend like me. Then we have the intro, which guess what? We've already learned. Wah, wah, oh no. Wah, wah, oh yeah. Wah, wah, all right, the D section, this is my favorite part. All right, this is a really fun part to play. It's the part that goes, can your friends do this? Can your friends do that? Can your friends pull this out that little hat? Your friends go poof. Well, looky here. Can your friends go abracadabra? Let them rap and let the talk disappear. All right. That's the D section. But it is a little bit tricky, but it's really fun to play. It's not as hard as you think. So we need to work on coming out of the intro section. So we'll play wah wah wah, oh yeah, bum bum, and your friends do this. So you'll notice as soon as I play D minor, I then go to the A string. And you have to be moving to C5 as you're playing the A string, so then you add in the chromatic, one fret at a time, chromatic movement there. With the words, can your friends do this? So now we're gonna add this 1 and 2 and 3. So all I'm doing, I move the first, I keep the bottom part of the power chord the same, but the first finger moves up, down, up, down. It's very subtle. Right? So we have bum, bum. Can your friends do this? Can your friends do that? So you're really kind of following the lyrics here. Right, if you're wondering what all those crosses are for, that's just an option. You can go up in between the downs like this. I'm just going up in between just to kind of give it more momentum, but you don't have to, you can keep it just down. Can your friends do this? Make sure you go up, down when he says the words can your, like this. Can your friends do this? Can your, so can is up, your is down, right? Can your friends do this? Can your friends do that? Now you can see just here, I go up to A5. If you want, you can just play just the A string, because that's what we started with, wasn't it? Can your friends do this? Can your friends do that? So So you can just do the same thing twice if you want to. I tend to go up to A5 to start it again. Then we have can your friends do this? So for here, can your friends pull this? Can your, again, up, down. Can your friends pull this? We do one fret at a time. Hold on, 6, 7, 8. And again, it's the same thing. Can your friends pull this? Do, dun, 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 out their little hat. Now the next part, we're gonna do dum, 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 dum. So we actually move up 2 frets from the 8th to the 10th fret. And then we do chromatic. So 8, 10, 11, 12. Right. On the last chord, you can play this kind of A5 power chord on the 12th fret. Or I actually go to A7. So what we played here for A7, I just play it right here on the 14th fret. Okay. We'll look at that in a second. So all together we have this. Can your friends do this? Can your friends do that? Can your friends pull this? Up their little hat. So for A7 we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down, up. Like that. Friends go poof. So the part which is can your friends go poof, we're going to play this D minor shape. Now you can just play normal D minor if you want to, but because everything goes really high in the song, it sounds cool to do this high shape. So if you have a look at the tab, you see we've got 12, 10, 10, 10. So for the 10s, you got your first finger barred down, then third finger's on the 12th fret. And then you can slide down if you want. And then we have that part again, 5, 6, 7, 8. So remember you're going up, down. Alright, so can your friends go poof? Well, looky here. Well, looky here. Alright. Well, looky here. So the first one's on the word well. Well, looky here. Yeah. So can your friends go poof? Well, looky here. There's like a little horn like, so I'm kind of just copying that a little bit here. I'm just playing it so you know where we are, to be honest. If you want to play it, you can, but it's difficult. I just played down, up, up. Or you can do pull off if you want. So you got A, 10, A, 11. Like bumpy ba bum, bumpy ba bum. Then you do this sort of, you're already picking once, but you hammer on pull off 1 fret away from the 8th fret, B string. Then we have G, 10 to finish. The problem is you have to go straight into this. Can your friends go abracadabra, let 'em rip? Right. Can your friends go? It's really difficult to fit it in, so it's quite advanced. So before we just finish off this final line, which is quite easy by the way, let's just cover this whole D section that we've got so far. Alright, so coming out of the intro, wow, 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 oh yeah, bum, bum, but can your friends do this? Can your friends do that? Can your friends pull this? Out their little hat? Can your friends go poof? Well, looky here. Can your friends go? Now we have the ending. Abracadabra, let 'em rip and let the sucker disappear. Now right at the end there, the actual bass and all the horns and everything, they're going dun, 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 dun. But if you try and play that in chord shapes, it's really difficult, especially when it's swung and we're trying to do it fast. I mean, whew, really difficult. And to be honest, it doesn't even sound that big. So just play the actual bass chord behind this movement. Okay, you can push it if you want. But to be honest, I just keep it simple. So this whole line, we got A7 up here twice. Then we move down, A7 once. And then we have D7 once. So not D minor. Just be careful here. It's actually a D7 for this one space. And it works when you're going bum bum bottom. It fits over that very nicely. Can your friends go abracadabra, let them rip and let the sucker disappear? Right, now we get to the E section, so have a look at this. It might seem a little complicated, but I'll show you an easy way of playing it. It's basically D minor, G minor, D minor, G minor, D minor, G minor, A, then D augmented 7. Right, and we do that whole thing twice anyway. So the simple version is just to play D minor 4 times, G minor 4 times, D minor, G minor, D minor, G minor, A, D augmented 7, and then we do it again. This is the simple version. Although the last D augmented 7 we hit once. If you want to make it more complicated, you can add this rhythm to the G minor. That's what I like to do, down, down, up, up, down. Then when we get to A, I tend to go down, up, down, up, down, down. Now, we haven't looked at the augmented 7 yet, so let's just quickly look at this diagram. It's quite hard to change to from A, but what you need to realize is the second finger slides along, it stays on the D string, so that's okay, that's kind of taken care of. Okay, but then we have to add the third and first finger to get the rest of the chord. If you play A with your first finger, then you can just move that up and add the third and second finger. It's quite a difficult chord. Annoyingly, there's not an easier way of playing this chord. There are all kinds of substitutions you can do for D augmented 7. For example, you could do this kind of B flat augmented 7 because it's the same notes. But to change from A to it, and it sounds weird, the bass is a D, so really we want this D augmented 7. So now we have D minor, G, D minor, G, D minor, G, A, to D augmented 7. Now there's one more advanced thing you can do here for the D minor. We can make it, we're basically going dun 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 dun. So we're going to get this movement in the D minor shape. Very difficult, but I'm just going to show you anyway because I appreciate some of you are more advanced. So we play D minor, then we slide the third finger along. Right, then we're gonna bring the first finger up, or you could have it ready already. D minor 7 here. Then take the first finger back down, so you get the open B in there. So we have the movement up to G minor. Again, just be aware of that final D augmented 7 the second time round. So this is when Genie sings, well, all you gotta do is rub like so way ho. Mr. Aladdin, have a drink or 2 or 3. Now, annoyingly, there's a key change here. Okay, the D augmented 7 allowed us to then go into G minor. So we have this final section within this new key change. Now we're now in G minor. All right, so we're going to play G minor. Again, you can play it like this. I tend to play it like this because we're having the other chords really define that it's G minor. So you don't have to get that minor kind of color in there. So now the second finger is covering the bass, not the first, all right? Then we have E flat 7. This is a strange chord, right? So you're gonna have to get used to this, but at least when we slide down, we have that D7 chord that we need to play. Now this is just, this is like a verse. This is like the section B we had earlier, so the rhythm is the same as we already know. Down, 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 up, up, down, 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 up, up, down. Okay, that bit's it's the same thing, right? Mr. Aladdin, have a wish or 2 or 3. I'm on the road, you big nobody. Never had a friend, never had a friend, you ain't. Then we get to this part. You ain't never had a friend. So again, the first line is just the same rhythm as the verse. 1, 2, 3, 4, bum, bum, wish or 2 or 3. Now, be careful here because you don't have much time to jump up to the B flat. So just hit the D7 once, like this, then start moving up because you don't have much time, all right? Wish or 2 or 3, and I'm already moving up. I'm on the job, you big nabob. So exactly the same as what we did down here. We're gonna do it on fret 6. Okay, but we go back to B flat in that third bar there. So it goes, I'm on the job, you big nabob. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend, you ain't. So we go down on B flat, never had a friend, never had a friend, you ain't. Slide down to fret 2, never had a friend, never had a friend, you ain't. It's still the same shape. Alright, then we finish with this build up. You play the E flat 7 nice and loud. Slide down. We have the outro. We'll look at the outro in a second here. So try and play this final section with me, then we'll quickly cover the outro. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Mr. Aladdin, sir, have a drink or 2 or 3. On the job, you big nabob. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend, you ain't. Never had a friend, never had a friend, you ain't. Never had a friend. Okay, right, this outro is the same rhythm as the intro, but obviously we're in a different key now. So we have to do, instead of D minor, we have G minor. And then we have E flat 7 to D7. Whereas before we had B flat 7, A7, didn't we? So just bear that in mind, it is the same rhythm, so you're just having to learn these more difficult chords, right? My advice is to just lower the wrist for that E flat 7. Look at what my wrist is doing. And my elbow, it's not out, it's kind of more inwards. I have very small hands, so I have to make these big adjustments just to get a bit more power in the squeeze there. So let's do one final thing together and then the play along's coming up here. So we'll do this final section and the outro, right? So we'll do the whole key change section essentially from Master Aladdin, sir, have a wish or 2. Here we go, 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Mr. Aladdin, sir, have a wish or 2 or 3. I'm on the job, you big nabob. You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend, you ain't. Never had a friend, never had a friend, you ain't. Never had a friend. There we have it, guys. That is everything. Really tricky song. A lot of the older Disney songs are, because there's swing and jazz. There's lots of difficult chords, right? It makes it quite difficult on the guitar if you're a beginner and you're just used to modern pop songs, right? But this song will make you a better player if you learn it. So it's worth investing a lot of time into it. Just work on one section at a time. Keep doing the A section. When it's good, keep doing the B section. Don't make the mistake of playing from the beginning every single time. If you've mastered the intro, then keep skipping past it and you start from section A, and you keep starting from the part that you are worst at. Trust me, that's the quickest way of learning a song like this. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell icon as well. Good luck with the play along. See you in the next video. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Never had a friend, you ain't never had a friend, you ain't never